All right. So I'm going to make a synopsis little video here, basically, of this of my back thing, and this is for my buddies and my stepbrothers and everybody that everybody I know has had some kind of damn back issue. It's all kind of the same. It's always lower L4-5, somewhere down in there. We've all jacked it up, and so that it's just sucks. And I did mine the other day, actually doing deadlift, which I hardly ever do, but my back was weak. Been doing a little sanding on a friend's project and Nathan's project, and so here's some of the things that we do in our trying to keep it either going, just try to maintenance, you know, and not kill ourselves. So I'm going to go down a little list that I made, and you'll see video of the things that we do, including, first one I usually do is hang. We have a yoga swing kind of thing, and that is for just hanging. And the way I use it, you'll see there, I just kind of hang from it, and I hang down and and get a good stretch on it. It kind of hurts when you're wearing pants. You got to wear something, but it does help quite a bit. Then I kind of moved to the ab roller, as you see here. This one's hard when your back is out, but it kind of forces it back in. It's like doing, and also here you'll see I'm doing the, and I'm spacing out the name of it. I'll type it in. I'll type it in later. The maneuver that you arch your back with, and helps kind of push it in there. I'll think of it here in a little bit. So that's kind of important. So we the sun's out of my way here. That's a big one, and just doing that anywhere. I'll get on the floor and stretch out with that that little maneuver. And if I have the ab wheel, it really forces your back, especially on the way back up, forces that in. And keeping your abs strong is obviously almost imperative with leg extensions, leg lifts over on the bench. I'll do them while I do pull-ups, trying to get a full muscle up. I'm almost there, and do a couple of those. But anyway, you know, so then, you know, the foam roller is always a good one. I arch on a bench a lot, but I'll use the foam roller to arch on. And as you see here, we have a TENS unit, and that helps a lot. I leave it on, I start kicking it up, and then it just helps with the pain a lot. It just helps it so you can get into the arch. I can't think why I can't remember the stupid name of it, but McKenzie. That's called the McKenzie method. So it matters. Anyway, I use the TENS unit for that, and it helps me get to that position if it's really bad. And then also we have this stick. I call it the penis stick, but it's got little nodules. When you get a nodule in your hip or your thigh or your butt or in your back, you can just kind of maneuver it, and a lot of guys at the powerlifting meets wear these. We have the Theragun, which also helps quite a bit. And that is this little red thing you see here. It does quite well, and we take that to the meets. I usually use that for warm-up in my deadlift, which I'm going to start going back to because that was dumb. I just didn't warm up well enough, and that's what screwed up. I went just straight from 185, for 35, 225, 315, 405. I was trying to go up through 405 without hardly any warm up. That's just not a good idea. So now I know. Anyway, then sometimes I'll just lay on the bed on my stomach, and Teresa will just lay on my back and have that weight on there. Feels really good. That helps often. Then I lay on the Schottky mat. That actually helps quite a bit for sharp pain that I get. I'll even leave my knees up and just put as much pressure as I can on the mat. And as you can see here, it makes you pretty red. But you know what? After it go full 20 minutes, you're actually quite relaxed and that pain is gone. For the most part, I should say. But sometimes it works really well. Sometimes just a little bit. It just depends on where you're at with it, with things. Cupping is the other thing. She's showing you this cupping thing that's on her leg or arm or whatever, and it's also red light, and it also has heat, and apparently it can get pretty hot. Again, that's something we do. Cryo, we go to cryo. As you can see here, I get in this, this one's a smaller one than the one video I did in the bigger chamber. It works pretty good for my upper back, which is always freaking sore. No matter what I do, it just seems like it's always freaking sore. So that I use a lot. We go to cryo. They do other things that you can get done for you can get B12 shot. You can get what is it, Toladro or whatever, Toladro? Shit, I'll spell it out here. What else? And then of course there's always acupuncture, which can really work sometimes. When I had sciatica, man, it helped me at least relieve some pain. It wasn't fantastic, but it certainly took away a lot of pain that I really wanted to get rid of, because that was just horrid. Yeah, that was a big deal. So acupuncture, acupressure, those are kind of the main things we have out here that I use. I go through in depth with the rest of the video. I thought I would do just a synopsis kind of thing. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, that's the whole point of that. I may separate it out, I don't know. It all matters, because we're always we all suffer from our lower back pain. If you do any work in this world, you do any sports, you do any lifting, you're going to have back pain. I don't care who you are. And at some point in your life, you're going to have back pain. So keeping it strong. I do deadlift because it does help your back. It actually can help you heal your back. But like anything, if you don't do it right, like every lift, if you don't do it right, it's going to jack you up. And any lift, it doesn't matter what it is. You watch people curl like ridiculous, and they end up tearing their bicep. Bench pressing, ridiculous. Tear a chest muscle, pec muscle. That's how that works, you know. So the exercise could be good for you or not so good for you. Depends on how you do it. I'm almost 60, and my shoulders are in great shape. My elbows, my knees are in decent shape. I can't complain, man. I can still do everything I can, except I don't back squat. I went to front squat because it helps me with my back. And back squat, I get around 275, 315, forget it. It just can't deal with it. It's just too much. So you learn to adapt your lifting to make it work for you. So everything I listed here in the video, if you want to watch the rest of it, go for it. If not, take a look at these devices. Man, they really help and get you through it. I'm on day 3. I'm walking. I don't look like I'm walking like a duck. I did work yesterday, built a whole transmission. I did have Teresa and Nathan move it, lift it, because I can't, but I got work done. And the biggest crux here mentally is I can't afford to be down. And that in itself helps. Motivation. Can't afford to get down, can't afford to be down. By God, I'm going to get well. And all these things I've talked about here all help. They all help in what I'm doing. So hope that helps. Hope you pull something out of this that works for you. Going on 10 minutes in this introduction. So, sayonara if you like the video, great. If it helps you, that's the most important thing. Otherwise, you know, you got to work out. You got to do something. You got to make the effort, or expect to be in pain. That's all there is to it. Quick recap on my recap. So what I wanted to say was, this is day 10. The severity of my back thing was probably one of the worst I've had in a very, very long time, because it did it a little differently. I can pull that up now. I couldn't do this even 2 days ago. I have to be in a very, very tight position. Today's Wednesday, so last Thursday, I was able to do front squats, and this is me doing a front squat. I did dumbbells yesterday. I went up to 95, felt pretty good. These are my 90s here. This is as high as I go, and then I have separate dumbbells to increase the weight here in this gym. I guess what I want to say is, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he'll see this. But I forgot about, massage is always good. Chiropractors, I'm definitely afraid of, because I've always had issues with them. But a lot of people, and Teresa has good luck with them and has a couple of good ones. She's doing a shockwave therapy thing, little video here on that. It's also something else. At the end of the day, there's a ton of things in stretching and things to do for your back. More than I could ever list here, more than I can ever show examples of here. Do your research. I realize things like this require extra body strength to even get up and out of it. For some people, that's not even possible. I realize some of that. I'm used to what I can do, and the whole point is being able to use other parts of your body to help you overcome other parts. When I broke my bones in my 2 motorcycle accidents, I didn't quit lifting. I minimized myself, but I did everything I could to strengthen everything else up around me, so I would heal as quickly as I could. And so that's all I can encourage everybody to do, is that you do have to do something. If you're not willing to push a little bit, and unfortunately, all I ever hear is, well, doctor doesn't want me to do this, and doctor doesn't want me to do that. Well, then expect it to take a long time to heal, longer than it should. And it doesn't matter how old you are. There's guys in their 90s like Clyde. Sorry, they can heal. And it just requires a little more work, I think, at our ages to get there. You gotta pay attention. You can't let fear take over, period. You gotta be realistic, you gotta be logical, you gotta know a little bit about what's going on. Other than that, that's all I can really say about all this. I don't want to come across as any kind of expert by any stretch. I'm just telling you guys what I do. It works for me. It's 10 days out. I can do pretty much everything. I can actually finally bend over and touch the ground. I do a lot of the wheel, ab roller. I hang upside down almost every day since I've had this. I'm going to do it a lot more. Some other exercises I'm actually going to start doing more of. And other than that, hope this all works for you guys. It's just a quick thing. Now it's running to like 12 minutes. But all I can do is encourage people to push themselves a little harder than probably they would normally in certain ways. I don't know. I know it works for me, and part of knowing your body is to do these things so you know what is what. I don't know, I've been doing this a long time. I kind of know where that's at, but anyway, that's it.